Welcome to Stars Podcast. Through self-defense, mixed martial arts, nutrition, family, and all things in between, we share our journey of how we hack our mind and body to get the maximum return out of each day. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy the journey. Hey guys, welcome back. Stars Podcast. Ron Jordan over here coming at you from the Rocinante Studios in Slippery Rock. Today is another daily growth mindset podcast. Staying productive while humble. The past couple of days has been surreal. We have actual Stars Podcast merch. There are more details coming out about the new developments at Stars Podcast that we, Alyssa too, have in store for 2021. This year is all about giving, which includes you, the listeners. Here's what I'm asking of all of you. Please go onto our website at thestarspodcast.com. Subscribe to our guest list. You just have to click the checkbox and fill out the information. This task will only be completed by those of you who are really listening to the podcast and digesting the info with a purpose. We appreciate you so much that you'll be getting a cool gift in exchange for your support. Once you get it, there will be some more instructions on what we need you to do with it. Engagement is key for our message to grow and evolve. Thank you. We wouldn't be here still if our lives didn't matter. Hashtag enjoy the journey. I'm listening to Piano Chill today. I know that my mind is ready to work when the playlist comes on. I am fasted still with 2 cups of coffee in me. I have a loose to-do list today that is very negotiable, which leads to me being scattered. I will need to shore up that list and write it all down. That is the only way I will stick to it. Otherwise, I'll find myself on YouTube, Rockfin, 10planet, BJJ.com, or some other form of glitter. Does this happen to you? Am I the only one with a brain that has the attention span of a toddler? What part of my brain is feeding that behavior? Who is that person behind the wheel? Do you know the movie Inside Out, where the little girl is forced to move out of her childhood town to a big city? The emotions that she feels during that process are depicted by cartoon characters inside of her head, with their command center focused behind her eyes. There are all the normal emotions, and depending on the situation, the quote-unquote emotions decide who gets to run the buttons. Yeah, well, I'm not sure who gets to run the attention buttons some days. Seriously, when we need to stay focused, it's like we can't even control our eyes for 35 seconds. Staying on task has been a struggle for me and has created many mistakes in my work. Here are a couple tips I have used to get over this hump and try to make fewer mistakes. I still make mistakes, but my adage is, mistakes are good, but we cannot make the same mistake twice. Tip 1, slow down. I put too much on my to-do list. I write down everything I think during the morning and running through my emails from the yesterday. I have to give myself permission that not everything would be done. There's no way that my list could be completed in one day. That lack of control, because I'm waiting on responses from others, has been a source of frustration. Learning I'm not the most important person in everyone's lives has been a tremendous adjustment. I know that I should be because I am giving the most value, but I'm a seasonal person for most. They need me when they need me, and I just need to be ready for that time. Slow down. Tip 2, ask for help. Asking for help, easy for nobody it seems. Asking for help shows weakness. Asking for help will show them I'm not worthy of this position. Asking for help proves that I am a dumb and don't deserve this position. Imposter syndrome, people. None of us think that we're supposed to be where we are at. I know that I go through it. However, I have asked for help when I feel like I am overwhelmed. I just said it twice. However, the only way we can ask for help is if we are confident in the person we are asking and respect their input. That is a whole different thing in and of itself, but asking for help is not weakness. Asking for too much help is, because now we're just farming out our decision making. That is lack of accountability, and that will not be tolerated. Having a community of this will enhance creativity and autonomy over time. Tip 3, own it. I still make mistakes. They hurt less now because I know how everyone is going to react. I know how to fix it now. The reason why I know when I mess up, is because I know when I mess up. I have to own it. Extreme ownership, as Jocko Willink would say. I take that to the grave now. If my inside sales crew screws up, I screwed up. I didn't teach them the right way to do it. I didn't teach them how the part number will impact the invoicing. That is my fault. I failed my team. I fall on the sword. Not because I want glory, but as a leader, that is what I have to do. Just as much as I will do it for my team, I have to do it for myself also. Yes, we made another mistake. But you know what? We won't make that one again. The more mistakes I make, the closer I am to getting to being the best. I made the mistake of sending a blanket purchase agreement to a competitor with all of our pricing blowing in the wind. Yeah, I made some big mistakes. But my colleagues lifted me up and helped me get through it. I really owe a lot to those around me in the early days. How I'm not dead in a dumpster is beyond a miracle. Tip 4, speak up. If you're really not comfortable or overwhelmed, we have to speak up and let our boss, colleague, friends, family know. This is the hardest for me. However, once I did it and it worked out, it got easier. This does not happen to me often in my workplace, but in my personal life, it happens more frequently, and my wife has to play the therapist/firefighter. I guess that is why we take the vow in sickness and in health, huh? She usually allows my process to take its revolution. She is the sweetest when I am the most vulnerable, and I love her for that. But you know the drill. I remove myself from people. I stay away. I stay way away. Building walls and stuff so nobody knows we're vulnerable right now. I usually feel like a caged animal in a zoo, and if anybody comes to my cage, they're going to poke me with a stick, so I go further into my cage until there isn't any room left, and I am forced to engage. Since I've been put in the corner by myself, sulking, I usually come out pretty aggressive and mean to the point of cold. Yeah, your happy-go-lucky guy has a dark corner that is visited on occasion. Alyssa allows me to be that way, and because she knows that I'm hurting about something. She understands that feeling, which is why we work. I can do this on a very deep level with her, but with my colleagues, it doesn't have to be that deep. We do not have to have this deep understanding of one another, but we do need to trust one another. We need to trust that this is not going to be thrown in our face or used against us. We need to know our limitations. We're not able to do it all. Certain tasks take certain brains. Sometimes our brains just aren't capable. Understanding that everyone feels the scared feeling in their stomach, face flushing red, and tightening in their throats was really the beginning of the rest of my life. Hashtag enjoy the journey.
So the journey has begun. If you guys listening to our content today had any kind of value or you were moved in any way, please feel free to subscribe, pass it on, let everybody know that these two guys are the truth. They're out here just trying to do good things to make good people. Thanks.